stereo 快一点哈。
我害怕。
哦，你害怕了？就第一个没事没有。
I'm Ollie. She's my dad. This is Ara. And this is Devon.
Okay, let's take a test drive of this. This is the ORA Good Cat GT. Now, it is raining today, so take that into account. But here it is. If you haven't seen our review, be sure to have a look. Let's go.
小欧开启。
哦，小欧。哦，小欧。
它可以实现帮我们做很多事情。放 music， 高德百度。
Let me see if it understands me. 小欧。小欧。哦，小欧。
啥事？
关空调。
已为您关闭空调。
Okay. It can understand me. That's good. 这个有那个坐着按摩啊？
有。可是在帮你按摩吗？
要，看一下。
小欧，
请吩咐。
开启主驾座椅按摩。
已为您调节座椅按摩。
That's actually pretty good.
抱歉，未能找到歌曲。
Okay, so it does like it's massaging my back. It's not too like it's not too strong, but it's pretty good. It's comfortable. Got a warm bum and a massage back. Right, this is not very fair because it is really wet outside, but we'll pull over and we'll do a bit of a sprint. Let me just drive up here and we'll pull over and we'll see how it does. I have to go past this bridge actually first. Okay, we'll do a 0 to 60. We'll see how we get 0 to 100. It is wet outside. This is front wheel drive, so I expect to see some wheel spin. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, some wheel spin. That's 90. Okay, there we go. That was about 100 there. So it's nippy. It's not, super like 4 or 5 seconds fast, but it's a decent little dash. Probably would have been a bit quicker. There's a bit of wheel spin around 45 kilometers an hour. But it does pull, and it seems to have fairly good grip, seeing how wet it is out here today, and it didn't really struggle that much. I thought it'd struggle more off the line than that, but it didn't. It just kind of put it down. Okay, let's do a brake test. I do have a girl here on the test drive with me, so I need to just tell her, 我要刹车一点点, okay? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's fast. That's quick. That was coming from about 50 kilometers an hour. So it's not exactly like super fast, but it's quite fast. Okay, let's have a little bit of a drive and see what it's like. So obviously this is front wheel drive. I'm in sport mode. This is the GT Good Cat. That beeping is because I'm going across the lines without indicating. So it will, notify me about that. This has got 171 horsepower and 250 newton meters of torque, and it just picks up pretty good. Just hit a bit of standing water there. Seems okay. There's a bit of a wobble. To be honest with you, I've driven this to this road to do this part, and it's comfortable. It's really comfortable. Even in normal mode, it's got enough to get up and go. I've got a warm bum. My back's being massaged. It's a front wheel drive little hatch with 170 horsepower and 250 newton meters of torque. I mean, that's quite a lot of torque in a little hatch. So I mean, I think it's, this will be an absolute giggle on the right road. As you can see, I mean, it's really raining here. So I'm going to drive back now to the dealership, and I'll just keep recording, and I'll note anything that's, you know, worth mentioning. The brakes are pretty good as well. They're pretty progressive, to be honest with you. The brake regen isn't that intrusive. If you put it on eco mode, it is. The only thing is you can't quickly, from what it seems like, switch quickly between brake regen levels. You have to dive into the menu in order to change the regen levels. But obviously if you go into eco mode, then the brake regen goes higher. Now somebody did ask me about the rear window not having a window wiper. It's completely just, I can't really see out of it. I've got the heater on, but it doesn't really fully clear it. But the wing mirrors are clear, the rear, not so much. So if that's a problem for you, it's something to bear in mind. But you can make out shapes, that's fine, you know, so do with that information as you will. We're not pushing it much today because it is so wet outside, but we are hoping to get one on a longer loan, and we will be able to get more of a feel for it. Let's just go around this corner a little bit quick, maybe. There's nothing coming. Oh, it's a bit bumpy. Oh, I can't do that, it's too bumpy. Okay, now we're on a bit of rough road now. You can hear a bit outside. I mean, it's a bit unfair to talk about road noise. Obviously, it is raining, so you can hear it splashing up in the wheel arches. But generally, I mean, it's pretty comfy. I mean, that's the thing with Chinese cars anyway. They're built for comfort. I was actually saying to the owner of the dealership that who I know speaks English, I was saying that when this goes to England, I expect there'll be some retuning of the dampening of this car. Probably will be a little bit more stiffer, you know. In China, it's definitely slacked off a bit. It's a bit, you know, there's a bit of body roll. I guess that will get tightened up for the UK market. So the infotainment panel, it shows me all the usual kind of stuff. It's in this angry red. We'll go back into normal mode, I think. There are 4 modes in this. There is normal, sport, eco, and auto. It brings up, there's the speed of the road up there. It shows you when it sees a crossing. It beeps at you when you go 1 km/h over the speed limit. Oh, it's high down, high up. Oh, okay. Right, that's weird. To make the window wipers go faster, you pull down on the stalk rather than pushing up. That literally took me a few seconds to work out what was going on there. So this does have a kind of ADAS function. It can be used on the highway, and you could probably use it on, I don't believe it's geofence, so you can use it on, you know, simplistic straight roads as long as it can see the white lines. It'll do a little bit of steering adjustment, keep itself in between the lines, you know, and a bit of maintaining distance with the car in front, accelerating and braking or decelerating as it needs to. It's a shame that it is raining so heavily today. I did think about doing this another day, but it's just going to continue to rain until Chinese New Year. I reckon this will slide as well if I was to put my foot down. I think this is going to be really popular in the UK. And if you've got one on order, if you've got a GT on order, I think you should get a little bit excited, you know. I mean, sure, it's not like, you know, one of these like Neo ET7s or X-Punk P7s that have got, you know, sub 4 seconds, but those are like really big cars in a different price bracket, dual motored, you know, 700-800 Newton meters of torque. But think about it, 250 Newton meters of torque in a car this size, like that's a decent amount. You're talking Ford Focus ST kind of amount of torque. I mean, and again, obviously it's an EV, so it's all right at the 0 revs. As soon as you let go, you've got all of it on tap. No silly like overboost features or anything like that. Just here's your power, off you go. Let's just blast past these. Ooh, a little bit of slip there. That's yeah. You can see how wet it is.
主人，愿你天天开心，乐享生活。
Okay, so we're nearly back at the shop. Overall, exactly really kind of what you want in a family hatchback. I mean, this thing, if you haven't seen it, you better go and see it. It should be up there, or up there is our quick look at the Good Cat GT, and we also look at the normal Good Cat. And you'll see that there's loads of room in the back, really, for a car this size. It rides comfortably, although I expect there'll be a few changes to the dampening for British roads. It's got the kind of decent amount of poke, but obviously the day it's raining, so there's only so far we can kind of push it. But we are getting one, or we're very hopeful we're going to get one for a longer loan period, so we can really see what it's about. I mean, I'm a big lover of front-wheel drive hatchbacks. And I think this is will surprise maybe a lot of people just how well sorted it is as a car in total from a brand new brand they've never heard of. I wonder if ORA let me put one around a racetrack. Comment below if you'd like me to ask them. Someone's put a stripe on this car and they put it straight over the over the sunroof. That's just lazy. Okay, and something I didn't know last time is all the leather in here is actually simulation leather. It's not real leather, but I mean it feels really good. You know, I wouldn't have guessed it. I haven't got a camera setup to show you, but when you are kind of stopped or and you turn the steering wheel a certain amount, the 360-degree camera comes on to kind of help you navigate, because it knows you want to do something. That's pretty good. Oh, a decent horn. A decent horn. Not the tightest of turning circles. But it'll be interesting to see what they do change when they finally bring this to England. Okay, so that was a quick test drive of the ORA Good Cat GT. One thing that I completely forgot to do today was actually use its built-in launch control. But never fear, we'll get one for a longer test drive and we'll definitely check that out. Today, with the weather being so wet, it probably wouldn't have performed well anyway. Until next time, this was China Driven.